Greetings, YouTube. Happy July 4th, a day that a Canadian company continues to celebrate like they're in the United States. And what an amazing start to July 4th. They just logged in to grade all of the new deals and compare them to past deals. And half of a 5-star crystal just for playing the game? All right. If anybody complains about that, they are officially the Scrooge of the community. That is just totally insane. But when we go to the new deals, we will see a combination of things, and I'm going to have to check the in-game inbox after this because, as predicted, my deals look a lot different than I was expecting, given that my guess is at least uncollected, but maybe even Cavalier titles are separating them from the normal. So keep in mind, let's just start from the $5 deal. Last year, which wasn't really tier-based because of title, it was 1 Tier 4 basic and 400 4-star shards, right? That is not going to be enticing to many people at all. How about changing that to 150 6-star shards and 1/4 of a Tier 2 alpha? That is just an insane value jump for $5. Plus, of course, you get the normal Peter Parker's wallet, which you got to love, the spider hanging off the wallet. And some American bills, I guess, are in there too. Oh, the graphics department has outdone themselves. Now, Star-Lord's loot bag used to be 2 Tier 4 basic and half of a 4-star, along with 30 4-star class-based 1 out of 6 RNG 6-stone crystals. Now, you kept the Tier 4 basic, but you get half of a Tier 2 alpha, 500 6-star shards, and when it comes to gold, you know, it's a really small amount of gold. But for $10, half of a Tier 2 alpha, that's the best deal we have ever seen for a Tier 2 alpha. Normally, that would be $30 for that. Plus, you get the 6-star shards and the Tier 4 basic, and most importantly, the units. Technically, all of these items are a bonus because you still get the units that you normally would get by purchasing this. Then we're going to the $30 bundle, and this is where it starts to get real exciting. 1,000 6-star hero crystal shards, or 10% of a 6-star crystal. 6,000 Tier 5 basic, which is really fantastic. 6 plus 5. That's amazing. So keep in mind that's 30 generic 6 stones for any of your 5 stars. And most importantly, I don't think anybody is close to having this item, because I don't think we've seen plus 5, be in their inventory overflow, unlike the normal 6 stones. So you can hoard these things from days, months, heck, even years, and not have to worry about them going into your overflow and expiring like the plus 1s usually are. And then the gold, 30,000, once again, that's by far just a throw-in. Okay, so already these deals are insane. I was not anticipating talking about wanting to snatch any of the first 3 up. And I had some people tell me yesterday when I did my predictions that my predictions were way too unrealistic and way too hopeful and way too optimistic. Well, let me tell you, for these first 3, I was so wrong because these are way better than I could have dreamt for the value of the money. All right, but here's the second best one. 2 Tier 2 alphas. Okay, I did predict that. 2,000 6-star hero crystal shards, okay, that's pretty amazing, and 9,000 Tier 5 basic. So, honestly, YouTube, if you're balling on a budget, the $30 bundle might actually be a slightly better value than the $50 bundle, and I only say that because you're not really jumping that much in terms of Tier 5 basic. You're just jumping 3,000 for about $20 more. Now, I will say the Tier 2 alphas, which they did not really increase this much from last year. This is what, on Cyber Monday, we had 1.5 Tier 2 alpha and 7,500 5-star shards for $50. So they doubled the Tier 2 alpha, but the big thing is the Tier 5 basic and the 6-star shards. Now, what I'm really curious about, keep in mind you're seeing this the first time that I'm seeing this, is what they're going to do with the Odin. And this is limit 3 for all of these, by the way. Here we go. The big reveal. Okay, I got the 5,000 6-star hero crystal shard prediction right. 18,000 Tier 5 basic is also pretty good in terms of prediction. The 5 Tier 5 class catalyst fragment crystals is pretty much what they would expect. 1 Tier 2 alpha is a bit of a letdown, you would think, for doubling the price of the left, that they would have at least kept the left side. I realize the Tier 2 Alphas are not really why you get this, but still. 18,000 Tier 5 Basic is not really that big of a deal at all. We've seen the past two offers of last July 4th and Cyber Monday that they would give you 15,000. So that gives you the chance to still, if you get all three, which I get is a lot of money, you get over one fully formed Tier 5 Basic. And I guess if you were to get the max of the left and the right, you'd be sitting pretty on the Tier 5 Basic. And then the 5-star shards is pretty dang amazing, and the 5-star Hero Crystal is also what we've seen. It's a basic. I know there were some complaints last time because they wish that they would have just been 5-star shards, because then if you really wanted to go for the new featured crystal, for example, you would have had 30,000 5-star shards, or enough shards for 2 5-star featured crystals, and this unfortunately locks you into that 5-star basic crystal. So that is a bit of a bummer, and if somebody was to complain about that, I would totally understand. But I actually think that this is the least impressive jump. Now, the whales are going to love it because of this thing, the 2% Tier 5 class catalyst, but it's only 2% per, and it's RNG based. So if you're targeting a specific class for that crystal for 900 Tier 5 class catalyst fragments, you're probably not going to get it, right? And most 6 stars that are even really good, most people still don't have, and you certainly don't have them awakened. So this is still great, but it's not nearly as big of a jump in quality. This was already an A, and this was already an A. I would say the $50 one and the $30 one are the biggest jumps. But either way, you could purchase all of these and at this value still have a tremendous jump in quality. Okay, so this thing popped up. Let's talk about it. Now, last year, it was terrible. I've always predicted that this should be at least a 1-to-1 ratio for 6-star shards, and that is coming true to form. Now, half of a Tier 2 Alpha is great. The 5-star shard ratio, if you're Cavalier, should be 5-to-1. So this should be 5,000 5-star shards and not 3,000. That's a little bit annoying. 2 Tier 4 class catalysts is great. I would also love to see the Tier 1 Alphas be 5, because that's how many you need to take a 5-star up a rank. And then 100,000 gold, not bad. This is heavily improved from what we have seen in the past, but at the same time, it's not the most mind-blowing. So I would give this first one a B, just a B. But it is the bouncer at the front of the stage, if you will, because this is just trying to get you to that 4,000 unit second tier, knowing that you've got all these units now. Okay, 2 Tier 2 Alphas, not great, not bad. Come on, this is $100 with units now. 3 Tier 4 Basics, 6 Tier 1 Alphas, and then the Tier 5 Basic, 18,000, 16 5-star plus 5s. Again, 16 is huge. 2,000 6-star Hero Crystal Shards, 10,000 5-star Hero Crystal Shards. Okay, so a 5-star Crystal, 20% of a 6-star, a great amount of 6 stones, which is awesome. 18,000 Tier 5 Basic. So, this is, again, improved, but I got to be honest, it's a B again. It's not as great of an offer. But normally, the true shocking value is the 10,000 unit bundle. So this is, once again, just a bouncer in front of the club to try to get you to the VIP section after spending 5,000 units, which is a lot of units, right? That's over, $150 worth of units. And so when you scroll down, the Superior Awakening bundle. Could we finally have the 6-star Awakening gem I have been predicting for months? Let's find out. A 5-star Awakening gem, which I'm pretty sure is the generic. Ooh, a 5-star rank up gem crystal from rank 4 to rank 5. Okay, so the thing that we were basically weighing our options between the Act 6 Chapter 1 and this bundle, officially the big item that you get is still, and I mean still, in this. Yes, it's 3,000 units more because that's 12,000 units, and that one's a little bit different because of the resources like revives, for example, but that's the major reason why you get it. All right, what else? 10 Tier 1 Alphas. I'm still not seeing a 6-star Awakening gem. 500,000 gold. And a second 10,000 units? What? Oh, haha, because you're choosing either or. Prof. Huff needs to learn how to read, people. I'm sorry, this has never happened. 2 Tier 5 Basics, 20 5-star plus 5 6 stones, 20 Tier 1 Alphas, 15,000 6-star Hero Crystal Shards, and 1.5 gold. Okay, so Really, we're going to spend the majority of this last video just comparing these two to see which one has a better value. I am a little disappointed, I've got to be honest, that there's no 6-star Awakening Gem crystal. That would make this a little bit easier. Now, I think for the sake of argument for me, I already have a 5-star generic Awakening Gem that I've been hoarding oh so patiently from Cyber Monday. So I don't need another one of those really. Now, the rank 4 to rank 5 rank up gem crystal is a huge value because, of course, it saves you not only 2 tier 5 basics, but you also save all of those tier 2 alphas and tier 4 class catalyst, etc. So that one's really good. The second one, however, gives you the same tier 5 basics without making you have to rank up somebody of that class. And so certainly the superior rank up bundle makes more sense if you're going to eventually rank up a 6-star because you're locked into the 5-star rank up for the first offer. You've also got to realize that 15,000 6-star hero crystal shards are worth so much. We actually know the value of the 5-star rank up gem crystal because of the 12,000 unit deal of Act 6 Chapter 1. So I think, given everything I'm seeing here, I would strongly recommend that people actually go for the superior rank up bundle because it has guaranteed value of the tier 5 basics that you can hold on to, whether or not you have a 6-star you're waiting to rank up or a 5-star. And most importantly, it's not RNG based, right? It's not a crystal. If the 5-star rank up gem was a generic rank up gem that you could use on any 5-star instantly, I would be talking a lot more about that top offer. But I think it's still a gamble. And if you only have, say, 1 or 2 5-stars that are ready to take to rank 5, you're going to be disappointed because you're most likely not going to get the class, or statistically speaking, you're not going to have the opportunity to get the class that you're targeting. Whereas the second one, you can keep those tier 5 basics. The only exception, I know some people who have some tier 5 basics that are going into overflow or are in overflow and they don't have anybody yet. You don't want more of those to go into overflow and expire in like 30 days. The rank up gem crystal is safer for you because you can hoard that thing for as long as you need. But personally, the superior rank up bundle, despite the fact that I really, really wish that the 6-star Awakening Gem crystal, it's time for that to be in the game, was in it, that one's the better of the guaranteed values. And so that is what I would recommend, unless you don't have a 5-star Awakening Gem that's a generic that you really, really need to use for a specific champion, like say a Void or an Aegon or an Omega Red. And if you get that, you can instantly awaken them and bring them up because we have all these awesome +5 6 stones now. That's kind of the scenario that I would see. All of these offers get an A. The top first two unit offers get Bs, and then the final one, I think the A is the second one, and then a B plus is the first one, unless you have that scenario I was talking about with a specific 5-star to awaken and take up. What a day for the contest, YouTube. I was so excited to get these. And hey, to start off with 5,000 free 5-star shards is amazing. I also, before I end this video, wanted to look at this because Cavalier is indeed where my my rank stood. I might have to do a separate video for those of you uncollected because you're going to see different offers. So maybe somebody can send those to me via the Line app, and then I'll do a follow-up video because I realize that those of you now, because my prediction was correct, and they're doing a tiered offer depending on your ranking in the game, you're going to see different values. I'm sure they're still going to be great, but just not to the level that Cavalier is. I'm also hopeful for those of you who have waited to compare this to the 12,000 unit. I'm hopeful you're correct, that you can become Cavalier today and your offers can change. I've never seen people try that because honestly, this has never been something that we've seen before. But at the same time, I'm hopeful that those of you who told me that you could do that, you can do it. And if that's the case, then good luck doing that initial clear Cavalier. And otherwise, have a great July 4th. Thanks for watching and supporting my Marvel Contest of Champions YouTube channel, especially this first video you've ever seen of me. Hopefully you enjoyed it.